Okay. Okay. All right. I think we got it. Um, I think. All right. Maybe. All right. Last try. All right. Let's get started. So I think I am streaming live on YouTube and Facebook. I'm checking now. I saw it on YouTube and now I am checking Facebook and yes, I see. YouTube. Yes. Okay. Great. So let's get started, guys. Hi, good afternoon, and welcome. Happy Wednesday. For those of you new to the group, new to me, I'm Takia Hansley, your reality shifter, and I help high achieving, high performing entrepreneurs really get rid of those limiting beliefs so that they can excel and go to the next level. Okay. So tonight we are talking about happiness. Okay. I want to go over and I want to have in like actual discussion. Okay. So we're going to talk about what happiness is not, and how your happiness really affects your success. Okay. So we're going to talk about the actual foundations of happiness and what that has to do with your success. And does your success equate to your happiness? All of that good stuff. Okay. So, let's get started. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, put them in the chat and we'll address them. If you want to add some comments or if you want to speak, just raise your hand on Zoom and put your comments in on Facebook or YouTube. I'll try to get those YouTube comments as well. So, yeah, here we go. For those of you that are not familiar with me, I will give you a quick synopsis of how we got to this and why we're actually talking about happiness tonight. So, I am a business and life coach. I'm actually a master life coach, and a master life coach has several different certifications. And my first certification was a certification in happiness. Why would I choose to be a happiness life coach? Well, I was actually in business and doing business coaching. And I realized one of the things that was missing, that was keeping people from actually achieving success, was that they were so focused on the success that they were missing the joy that is in the process. And also because there's a gap in this grind, right? I use that word very loosely. I don't really believe in the grind, but that's another story for another day. But there's this misconception that if I work hard now, then I'll be happy when I reach success. And working through that while you're trying to achieve success is extremely counterproductive. So that's why I decided to really dive into happiness and kind of go that route and teach people to find their joy first. Because when you focus on the thing that that you ultimately want, right? So if you think the success is your ultimate goal, well, why do you want the success? You want the success because you feel like the success will add to your happiness. So why not focus on the happiness, which is the actual thing that you actually want? It's not really the success, it's the happiness that you want. It's the result of the success. It's what you're actually going to get out of it. So next week, we're going to talk more about your goals and desires and what you want out of life. So make sure you tune in next week, and we'll dive more into how to achieve those goals by focusing on the result of those goals. But tonight, we're going to focus on happiness and how you actually get there. So if you want success, and the reason you want success is because you feel like, and success can be, money or a certain level in your business or a certain amount of clients or customers or buying something in particular or whatever. So, however, actually put in the comments, how do you define success? What is success to you, right? How will you know when you've achieved success? So put that in the comments. And where was I? Yes. So if you think this thing that you want is going to make you happy, then we're going to focus on the actual happiness. So what is happiness? What does happy mean? How does happy feel? Right? So seems like a really basic question. How does happy feel? Typically, happiness feels like joy. What does joy feel like? Laughing, feeling loved. For some people, it's a feeling of accomplishment, or there was another word love was leading me to, but it has left me. Okay. So this is what happiness feels like, right? It just feels good. So what do you do to feel good? Okay. So there's two sides to this. Typically, when we want to feel good, a lot of times we go external, right? And if you saw my post leading to this video, you probably saw that we were talking, well, I was saying, happiness doesn't come from the outside, it comes from the inside, right? But sometimes the inside needs a little help. So our immediate reaction or immediate action when we're looking for happiness or we want a boost in happiness is we'll go for those things that will give us the chemical boost of happiness. That'll give us that little bit of dopamine. So we'll go external for that little hit of dopamine, right? We'll go for music. We'll go for food, usually junk food or comfort food, or other people. We'll look to other people to make us feel happy, right? We'll watch TV, binge on something, right? These are things that externally we can kind of tap into to give us that dopamine boost to kind of kickstart our internal happiness. But usually when you reach to the outside to find happiness, something that's in you already, you're reaching to the outside, then that outside stimulus, doesn't last forever, and it doesn't kind of hit as deep. So that external influence doesn't necessarily give you that happiness. Again, it just gives you that little hit of dopamine, which wears off. But it will kind of give you a little boost, like eating chocolate. You know how when you eat chocolate or you drink coffee or, you get a little caffeine in you, it's like, all right, I'm good for, depending on your tolerance, the next 5 minutes or the next 2 hours or whatever. It's the same thing when you get a hit from some music or you watch a feel good movie or whatever it is that you do with that external hit to find your happiness. So I'm trying to see. Oh, there we go. When you get a hit from some music. Okay, I wanted to make sure I could see the YouTube chat. Hi, YouTube. Hi, YouTube. Okay, so nothing is wrong. Okay, don't mistake what I'm saying. Nothing is wrong with using external sources to kind of kickstart your happiness. Okay, but what I'm saying here is that that's temporary, and we'll use happiness and joy separately. Okay, so that'll give you a little bit of happiness. Okay, a little sprinkle of happy for right now, but that joy. Okay, joy is happiness over a period of time, and it's deep seated, right? That's really your happiness from the inside. So that comes from like deep. What really feeds your soul? The easiest, fastest way to reach that joy is through gratitude. Okay, what are you really grateful for? Okay, not that surface level. If the deeper joy you want to experience, the deeper you want to go with your gratitude. And this is not just for finding your joy, but gratitude is the key to life all the way. Okay, so it'll be more like the deep gratitude. What is it that you are like, oh, I am so grateful for this? And sometimes it can be things that you've completely overlooked. Like, I'm so grateful that I really don't have to struggle. And for people that, excuse me, for people that have come out of a struggle or experienced struggle at some point in the past, you can tap into the difference between that struggle and the ease that you experience now. So when you tap into that gratitude, it's like, I can feel the difference in where I am today and where I used to be. I'm so grateful for that. People that have had health conditions, I am so, like myself, I am so grateful. Like, I'm so grateful that I'm healthy, that I can eat, period. But I'm so grateful that I can eat without being in pain. I'm so grateful that I can eat pretty much whatever I want now. Like, digging into that, it reminds me of when I didn't have this, when I wasn't here. And it's like, oh my God, I can really feel that gratitude. Okay. Gratitude is more of a feeling than it is an expression. So, oh, thank you. I'm so grateful. Like, it's kind of surface. Thank you for this food. But you just ate 2 hours ago. And it's like, yeah, I'm grateful for this food. I didn't have it. There are people in some remote part of the world that don't have this food. Okay, yeah, this is true. But how much did you feel that, right? Have you been one of those people? Have you had one of those meal-less nights, right? Or days or whatever. So like, what is it that you're really grateful for? So if you can dig into that gratitude, the deeper you go into that gratitude, your soul starts to feel that gratitude. Your soul starts to feel an awakening of happiness. So as you're feeding that happiness, you are putting more and more energy into happiness, which is the result that you desire to have. So what you focus on expands. So if I'm focusing on happiness right now, I'm going to attract more happiness into my life. So if I'm focusing on like this feeling of gratitude, I'm attracting more things into my life or situations or circumstances for me to be deeply grateful for. So if I can feel this deep gratitude more often, then I'm just going to attract more reasons for me to feel deep gratitude. And this deep gratitude is something that I presume that I would feel when I'm on the other side, when I reach this success, right? So I'm not focusing on the success. I'm not focusing on what if the success is a thing. I'm not focusing on that thing. Um, okay, question. Can you hear me? I see in the chat that that somebody can't hear me. I could hear it. And yes, the replay will be in the group as a YouTube link. So the YouTube link is live in the group right now. Okay, there we go. What's going on? Something just happened with the stream. Okay. All right. Well, we're going to keep going. Hopefully, I'm not on the small screen when it translate over to YouTube. But anyway, we what was I saying? And welcome. But yeah, so I'm really diving into this, what I want to expand. Okay. So I want more gratitude, right? I want more reasons to be grateful. I want more joy. That's what I want to expand. And if I'm focusing on the joy, that's what's expanding. And now so much more is coming into my life that I didn't even expect, right? I wasn't even looking for this extra part of success. It just came to me because I focused on the feeling that I have around success, right? So that's one way. That's the main way to really use your happiness or allow your happiness to fuel your success and fuel where you're going in your business and your life and your relationships. Pause. Let's talk about relationships here for 1 second, because I believe that money and business and relationships are all on the same plane. Okay. Um, Everything's work the same way in personal relationships as they do in business. You'll have a relationship with your business, and then the relationships that are part of your business. And that you have to also remember that you have a relationship with money, whether you realize it or not. You have a relationship with money. It could be a good relationship, it could be a bad relationship, but your relationship with money dictates how much money you have, right? So, um, in a relationship, a personal relationship, if we're in this space where we're talking about gratitude, and let's say you're in a relationship that you're not happy with right now, using it kind of loosely right now, but if you're in a relationship that is not feeding your soul, you are in a place where you are arguing, or you're complaining about your partner, or they're complaining about you. They don't move the way you want them to move, right? Everything they do is just wrong. Okay, let's just say we're in that space where everything he does is just wrong. So how can I get to a place where I can have happiness in this relationship again? Well, some people will tell you, you need to talk to him. Tell him what he's doing wrong, right? How can he tell him how he can fix it? And then it's you. But what do we know? You've known this forever. You cannot change anybody else. You can't change anybody but you. So you focus on you, okay? And not just focusing on, well, when I say focus on you, I want you to focus on you and your happiness, right? So using gratitude, what is it about this relationship, or what part of this relationship can you feel deep gratitude for? What is it about this partner that you can feel deep gratitude for? What are you really grateful for in this relationship? And put your focus on that. As you focus on that part of gratitude, the things that bring you joy, then what you focus on expands. So now the part of the relationship that gives you that you're grateful for, right? That gives you that joy, you're focusing on that, and all the other things fade away. Not fade away as in you're not focusing on it so you don't see it, but fade away as in your energy pushes those things away, right? Your energy is now feeding the energy that is giving you what you are grateful for. Does that make sense? Like, did you follow me? Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? And y'all are way too quiet, so I really, I don't like talking to myself. So let's get that chat popping with your questions, comments, and concerns. So, so we can, have the conversation going. But same thing with your business, right? What about your business are you grateful for? Let's say you have a business and you're in the beginning stages of your business and you've only had a couple customers. So some people will look at that like, yeah, I've only had a few customers and I'm doing so much. And what else do I need to do? I'm trying everything. I'm doing all the social media, going to all the meetups. I'm going to the pop-ups. I'm doing everything, but I only get a couple customers. Like I want to blow up. I'm prepared. Like I have systems set up for so many customers, but nobody's coming. Well, if you listen to somebody talk about their business like that, it's like, but you did have customers. So what you would do in this instance is you put all your focus and your gratitude on the customers that you did have. Even if it is as simple as reaching back out to your previous customers. You can reach out to your previous customers and express gratitude, right? You can reach out to them. This is really bothering me that I'm in the little small screen, but it's okay. You can actually reach back out to your past customers, send them a thank you card, and really think about the fact that I actually have customers. And it's not had customers because they're still your customer, because they might buy from you again. So I have customers. I'm grateful that I have customers. I'm grateful that I haven't been in business for 10 years with no customers. Or I'm grateful that I made some money with my business. I feel so good. I am so grateful for the fact that what I produced or the service that I provided actually helped somebody. Like, and dive into how you help that person, how you solve their problem, how you really, how you made them feel, how your service made them feel, how good they looked in the clothes that you provided or the pictures that you took or whatever service or product that you provided for them. Like really get into how that made them feel and how grateful you are for being able to create that experience for them. And oh gosh, that's a whole nother video, but what type of customer experience did you create for them? How much did they enjoy what you put into it? How much of your heart and soul are you putting into your business? And how does that translate to other people? And then just start playing with how can I really make this experience even better for my next customer, right? So now you're in this space of expectancy for not just a next customer, but for that next opportunity to feel this same type of gratitude, this same type of joy. And every time you work on your business, no matter what the task is, you want to tap into that feeling while you're working on your business, while you're creating content, while you're working on your web page. You're like, oh, my customers are going to love this. Oh my gosh, I'm so grateful. I'm like, it just feels so good to be able to help somebody feel this way, to help somebody look at themselves this way, to save somebody's family from being in debt forever, or whatever your service is that you provide, or whatever your product is, right? And that not only will feed that gratitude, okay, what you focus on expands. So not only is that energy feeding into that gratitude and attracting more success, more customers, more clients, more opportunities for gratitude, but it's also pouring energy exponentially into your business. And the more energy you put into your business, and not just energy, but good energy, productive energy, the more you're putting into the business, the more the business has space to morph and transform on its own. And now you're creating a quantum leap of energy in your business. Like now you're creating these pockets where your business has opportunities to exponentially just shift and change. Okay. That's that reality shift I talk about, right? So it's like stuffing cotton balls into a small jar. This is not a common task. So I'm not sure if this is going to translate well, but work with me. Picture this. If you have a small jar and you're stuffing as many cotton balls in there that will fit, and then you quickly put the top on. And 2 seconds later, because quantum leaps do not have to take a lot of time, okay? Meaning it doesn't have to take 10 years for your business to blow up, okay? So you're stuffed all these cotton balls in here, you put the top on tight, and then you open the top. What happens? The cotton balls don't just stay squished in. They, boom, they explode. As soon as the air hits it, they explode, because there are small pockets of air in the midst of those cotton balls. The cotton balls are holding air because as they contract, they're just squeezing the air down in there, right? So there's so much air in the midst of those cotton balls. When you open the lid, the air is released because those small pockets, okay, expand. Follow me. So those little small pockets of air, those are those pockets of energy, positive, productive energy that you are putting into your business. So now you have all these little small pockets of positive energy that you've stuffed in your business. And you just continue to stuff these pockets and cotton balls, or the cotton balls represent like the activity that you were doing, the building the website, sending out the thank you cards, all of that. Those activities that hold those pockets of positive, productive energy. You stuff it all into your business, and then all of a sudden, boom, right? All of a sudden, you just blow up. All of a sudden, you get all these customers and clients. all of these good things start happening. Partnerships start coming out of nowhere. You start meeting people that you would have never met before that can send your business to a whole nother level. Now you meet somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody, and there's a whole connection. Now you have $1 million partnership, right? All because you put those you just kept feeding those small pockets of positive, productive energy into your business, filled with gratitude, filled with love, filled with joy, right? So that's how we create, in a nutshell, that's how we create quantum leaps in our business. It has nothing to do with the next greatest, latest strategy, right? It's all about the energy that you're putting into your business. It's all about the gratitude that you feel right now for every small step, for every customer, every 50-cent order, right? So, we spent a lot of time on gratitude, but do you understand the importance? Do you see how important it is to put gratitude into your business and into everything? And you see how it spills over into every aspect of your life, right? So,
that's absolutely correct. That's great, great, great. Yes. I noticed the difference when I changed my attitude, and even for the smallest order or whatever I'm doing, I had to reteach myself though. So you are absolutely correct. Amen. That's all I wanted to say.
Thank you. Thank you for that. And thank you for sharing. Yeah. And not only, like I said, it's not just your business, it's your money, it's your personal relationships. You can create those quantum leaps, those quantum shifts in any area of your life. If your partner, like I said, if they're getting on your nerves all the time or whatever, don't focus on what they do. Every time they get on your nerves, just take your mind to another spot. Like, it's getting on my complete last nerve right now. But I remember that time he did whatever, whatever, whatever. And it was so beautiful, so amazing. I'm so grateful that he was thoughtful in that moment. He's a thoughtful person. And then you just go down this rabbit hole until you really start feeling the gratitude for those moments. And now you're creating these pockets of positive, productive energy in your relationship. And you just keep stuffing it in there. And like attracts like. So your energy is going to claim the energy around you. All right. So, any other questions, comments, concerns before we move on from gratitude? Like, that was big. I could talk about gratitude all day because gratitude is the key to life. Hands down. Hands down. Okay. Hold on. I'm looking at my notes to see, make sure. Okay. So another way that we can pull our happiness from the inside to the external is to look at ourselves and, again, kind of express gratitude for who we are and who we've become. So you look at your life as a whole, and then you can also break it down into sections of, past and present. And who am I? Like, actually, not what are my great qualities? What am I good at? Okay. So typically, when you think about how good you are at something, it makes you feel good, right? I don't care what nobody says. If I feel like I'm a great writer, I'm a great writer. And actually, I am. I'm a great writer. Okay. So I'm a great writer. I know this about me. If I just sit and think about how great I am at writing, or go back and look at some of my past writings, I just feel good about myself. It can actually change my mood to read something that I wrote. because I'm a great writer and I feel good about it. What is something that you're good at? Oh, goodness. Okay, let's talk about how I knew at some point during this training that I was going to cough. And I said, make sure you have your water because nobody's going to be there to get water for you. And then I forgot my water. But it's okay. All right. So we get in this space. When you get in the space of appreciating yourself and appreciating your accomplishments, and not just accomplishments that other people have patted you on the back, but things that you can recognize about yourself and pat yourself on the back. Those are the big accomplishments, right? Typically little things that other people will overlook, right? So, example, Sylvia can wear a hat, honey. Okay. I've seen it. This is something that she's good at. She is good at matching it all up and putting it all together and then putting it on the Facebook on a nice background. She does that, right? Good at it. I don't have to tell her that. She knows she's good at it. So I'm wondering, Sylvia, you can put it in the chat if you feel like it. How many times when you're creating those, do you look back, when you're creating your graphics, do you look back at your other graphics and say, I did that. Ooh, girl, did that. How does it make you feel? Do you not feel a little punch of joy? That joy did not come from something external. It didn't come from the pictures. It came from the accomplishment of you putting the picture together, the accomplishment of you putting the outfit together, of you picking out the outfit, you putting it on and, steaming it or whatever you did to it, putting it on and wearing it right, right? You did that. I must have had my ring light on too long. Hold on, please. Had to call my lovely assistant. So, thank you. So it's finding or recognizing those areas where you can appreciate yourself. Okay. Make a running list. Now, this is something, although it feels like an external thing to have a list, like that list seems like a thing, but that thing, it's not external because it's something that you're going to pull from within. Make a running list of things that you're good at. And a running list means you continue to add to it, because I don't care if you sit down for an hour and write down things that you're good at, you're going to miss something. And later on, you're going to say, oh yeah, I'm good at this. And then you're going to learn something new. And then you'll say, I just mastered that. I'm good at this. So make a list of things that you're good at, not just kind of good, but things that you are great at, right? Write it down and let that be your inspiration. Let that be something that, in those times that you're like, not really feeling it today, or I gotta do this. I don't know, Bob. Go to your list. I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna kill it because I'm so good. I'm just so good at this, and this. And I'm gonna kill this because I'm good at this, and this, right? So getting in that space and feeling that sense of accomplishment, feeling that sense of amazingness will pull happiness from the inside out, right? Now you feel happy. And again, that happiness translates into confidence, right? Now you've built this sense of confidence, and confidence does what? Confidence sells. Okay. So now you have gone from the inside, okay, by tapping into your greatness, okay, you now can express this greatness in the next task that you do And you're carrying this greatness, into your confidence. And your confidence is now preceding you and holding a whole nother type of energy, right? So before you step into that confidence, your energy is like, it's like maybe a 6, right? But when you stack confidence on top of your regular 6 energy, now you're like a 10 or 11. Because you know, like beyond a shadow of a doubt, that you're killing it right now, right? So when you're in that space of confidence, now people are just buying from you because your energy is steady. A confident energy is very solid, okay? You're now in a space where other people's energy doesn't affect yours because your energy is so solid. Like, it's not wavering. Nothing can shake you right now. Like, there is no doubt. Okay. So, and this is deep rooted confidence because it came from within you. It didn't come from somebody saying, "Oh, you're going to kill it, girl." Yeah, that feels good, kind of. But if you're not confident and somebody gives you a compliment, that compliment is like a grain of salt. Like, yes, you're so grateful. I'm so glad they told me that because I really needed to hear that right now. But when it's really time to show up, it's like, oh God, tell me 10 more times. Please tell me 10 more times. Okay. And your energy is wobbly. And this is something that you can't necessarily see. Even if you can put that mask on and mask your energy and, well, mask your confidence and pretend to be confident, even if you're in that space, your energy will tell the story, right? People buy from energetic matches, right? Or, well, from strong, solid energy. It's not always necessarily a match, but they buy from strong, solid energy. Have you ever heard someone speak and you want to believe what they're saying? Everything they're saying makes perfect sense. But for whatever reason, when it comes down to you actually making the transaction, it's like, I don't know if this is going to work. Or I don't know if that product is going to be good. Like, they were nice and all, but I think I'm going to go buy from that person who's selling the exact same thing. But your energy is registering with the more solid energy. You can be in a room full of 20 people selling the same thing, but whoever's energy is the strongest, whoever is most confident in what they are saying, they completely believe it with full solid conviction. That's who you're going to buy from. If you've ever been in a pop-up shop type of thing, one of those like big vendor events where there's 20, 30 different vendors, it's not always the person that's the loudest or the prettiest stand or whatever. It's the person who they know this stuff sells itself. I'm just here to collect the money, right? Like, they don't necessarily say that, but that's the type of energy it is. I know this is going to solve your problem. I know this is going to make you look good. I know this is going to make you feel good. That is what will make the sale. Okay. So that's where the transactions take place. Questions, comments? But yeah, keep that running list. And the last thing that I want to share on that same note is take some time, like, even outside of your running list, like, take some time to look at or invest in some other tools that can help you identify your strengths, some things that you're good at, right? Like the strengths test. There are several strength tests online. The Clifton Strength Finder, that's actually a book, and when you get the book, there's a code to do the test for free. But if you don't get the book, the test is like $15 or $20, something like that. But that will help. Like, it's a long questionnaire. You answer a bunch of questions and they identify things that you seem to be good at. And a lot of times, those things you're like, oh, yeah, I am good at that. But again, it's computer generated. It's typically right, but it might be a couple things on there you're like, I don't know about that. There's also another one called the High Five test. High, HIGH, five, the number five, High Five test. That one's free. It's not as long as the Clifton test, but it's pretty cool. And you know how you'll take those little quizzes online, like the spirit animal test and stuff like that. Those things are fun. They'll give you a nice, because again, this is something external, feeding your happiness or whatever. But these things will give you a nice little boost of dopamine, but it also will kind of kickstart you thinking about, what am I good at? Oh, I am good at that. And now you can think of different examples of times where you've proven that you're good at that. And understand that it doesn't take that long. Like, you don't have to sit and think about this for 45 minutes. All it takes is 17 seconds for a thought to ignite another thought and to ignite another thought. So give yourself 17 seconds to feed that energy, right? At least 17 seconds to let that energy, let the ball start rolling on that energy of your strengths and what you're actually good at, right? So last thing, and then we're done. To have your happiness, your internal happiness, be expressed externally, take some time to really think about who you are at your absolute best. Even if you haven't reached that point yet, who are you at your absolute best? Like, what does that look like energetically? What does that look like emotionally? Okay. Again, start from the inside out. Okay. It's not about what you have in that moment, or what you've accomplished, how many customers you have, how many clients, how much money you have. It's not about that. It's about who you are and how you feel. So focus on that at your absolute best, with all things right in the world. Who are you in that moment? And what are your strengths in that moment? Where does your confidence come from in that moment? What are you grateful for in that moment? You at your absolute best self. What are you grateful for? What do you spend time in praise and worship about, right? So focus on that and get a crystal clear picture on that. And you can write it down, journal about it. And you can keep a running journal about it, but just really journal about it and get into that state and really get into the feeling. But do not fall into the trap of feeling lack of not being that person yet, right? Because that person is you. We are not going to go completely quantum physics right now, but that person is a version of you that already exists. There's just there's a time barrier. Okay, we'll say that there's a time barrier between who you are right now and who you are in that moment. Okay, we're going to call that barrier time. So don't fall into the trap of, yes, this is what I'm going to be like, and this is what life is like in that moment. Oh my God, I'm so far from that. I have so much work to do. Fell for the trap. You fell for the okie doke. Don't do that. Okay. when you build and get into the space, get into this energy, it's, oh, look at me. Yes, this is how I roll. And feed that into your confidence. And you have to know that that is you. Okay. It's like looking into, we'll call it a quantum mirror, right? You get to look into your quantum mirror at you in an alternate reality and like, look at me. Can you picture that? It's like when you look at an old video of you doing something that you accomplished and you really killed it, right? You look at that video and you like, yes, me, yes, did that. That's how you look at you at your ultimate best. It's yes, me, and feel it. Like, even if you have to literally, when you write it down or when you're thinking about it, pause. Yes, that's how I do it, right? Get in it, feel it. We live in a feeling universe, right? Everything that happens for you and to you is generated from feelings that you have created it with. So why not use your feelings to your advantage? You can pull feelings out of thin air. I just told you how. So create that feeling, and the more space, well, the more time you spend in that feeling, what happens? What you focus on expands. Now you're creating the reality that supports that feeling. Okay. Notice when shit hits the fan, it's because you've been feeling crappy, right? Different things. It could have been different little things just start popping off. You stomped your toe. Somebody cut you off in traffic. You went to the store. They ain't have what you were looking for. Then this happened. Then this happened. Somebody canceled on you. And then it's like something big just blows up and you're like, this came out of nowhere. No, it absolutely did. You've been feeling like trash all week. And you told 12 people about you stomping your toe. Then you told another 32 people about the food that cut you off in traffic. And then you went and complained to the manager about why y'all don't ever have what I'm looking for in this store. I hate coming to this store. And you talked about that for another 45 minutes. So you just kept feeding that energy, and the energy that you were feeding expanded. And then the shit hit the fan. Right? So just like it happened, just like it works in the negative, it works the exact same way in the positive. Okay? This is a feeling universe. So, what small things throughout the day or throughout the week are you expressing gratitude for? Are you feeling more gratitude? Are you just so overly excited and happy about it and genuinely happy about it? Feed that energy. As you're feeding that energy, what you focus on expands, right? So now this internal happiness that you're creating, that you're feeling, not really creating, but you're like uncovering and like dusting the dirt off of, right? This internal happiness now has this space to expand, and you're creating these pockets of positive, productive energy that will create that big, not the shit hitting the fan, but amazingness hitting the fan. The flowers hit the fan, okay? The petals hit the fan, whatever. But now you're creating space for a quantum leap in your life because your reality has to match with your energy and the feelings that you're creating, right? So it's 8 o'clock and I'm done. Do y'all have any questions or comments? Yeah. How did that work out for you? I'll give you a couple minutes if you're in the chat, and I'm going to check the other chats. Cool. And cool. And Facebook. Okay, cool. All right, no questions, comments, concerns. Thanks for hanging out with me again, guys. And remember, next week, I'll have this whole streaming thing figured out the right way. But next week, we're going to talk about how to, something about your goals. But we're not your typical how to set your goals and vision boards and all of that. No, we're not doing that. Next week, we're going to talk about attaining your goals from more of an energetic level. Okay. So if you are not already a member of Becoming the Legacy, hop over to Facebook and join the group Becoming to Legacy. And I'll be continuing this series all month. On Wednesdays. Today is Wednesday. Yes, on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So guys, have an amazing week on purpose, with purpose. Until next time.